someone in Abuja who doesn't know what it is to be an administrator in a university to impose a leader on them. These and every other issues are the demands of us. So we are not supporting us blindly. We know our left from our right. And we see that if this request is being, subjected to, obviously, it's going to, account for a better educational system in this country. You would not want to run out of this country to study. The so-called leaders of our country today, ask them how many of their children are in universities in Nigeria. Very few. That isn't. So what are we saying? We have to start now, and if we do not start now, we will regret the generation in which we are into. So this and every other, because of time factor, are the issues that ASUU are demanding for. And federal government seems not to be ready. They are so insensitive to this cause. Seems not to be ready for negotiation. That is exactly the issue on ground.
I am very supportive that ASUU is taking this role that it has taken on. If you think of ASUU as the intellectual fountainhead, the brains of the nation of Nigeria, you will understand that the future of Nigeria lies directly in the hands of ASUU and its members, the most educated, the most intelligent, the most aware set of Nigerians. Now, instead of trying to play politics by a back row, which is what they're doing, what I would like is for them to actually express their own analysis of Nigerian society to the young students who are going to be the future of Nigeria, and basically present the case to them, appeal to them, those who are most directly affected by the conditions in Nigeria today. Make the situation clear, plain to them. This is what is going on in your country, and this is what we must do to fix it. The strike that ASUU is conducting right now should be intensified. By that I mean every organization in Nigeria should be on strike right now. They should be looking to mobilize more people to shut down this corruption, this corrupt regime that we're living in, these inhumane conditions that we're living in. This can't go on. This is your future, especially you, the young people. Even if ASUU were to say that it's going back, if the lecturers were to return to work tomorrow, I would expect you, the students, to say no. We do not agree. We want a change in the society. You cannot fix the education sector when every other part of the country is messed up. It's like a man who has cancer in his body, and then the cancer now manifests itself in a paralyzed hand, and he's going to the doctor asking him to treat the paralyzed hand when all of the body is diseased. So in ASUU's case, ASUU is asking the federal government of Nigeria to fix education. That cannot be done until the whole society is fixed. That is the point I'm trying to make. And you as young people need to realize that.
Seriously, I think we made our point clear, just as my colleague have said here, that we are solidly behind ASUU. And I think we have to get something clear here. ASUU cannot just come out and say, okay, we want the whole corrupt system to be tackled at a time. There is this common adage that says, one step at a time for you to actually get things done. We believe that the education sector in any part of the world is actually the only sector that can rectify problems or challenges that the nation is facing. Once the federal government has been able to take care of this educational sector, we'll be able to go to other sectors and make amendments to those sectors that have been spoiled or having issue with. I quite agree with him when he said that ASUU has been able to come out good and take some steps that at the end of it is going to push the economy of the country. But there is something I want to say here, that what ASUU is demanding for is a better Nigeria, not just the educational sector. Because if once your education is of good standard, is of competitive standard with that of the international community, you'll be able to produce graduates or students, not in terms of employability now, students who will go to the society and change the society and change it from the angle of it where they found themselves. They will make something that will be very impactful to the country, and that is what ASU is demanding for. So let's not look at it as if ASU is one-sided. The step that ASU has actually taken is the right step in the right direction. Once we have the educational system in Nigeria fixed, I can confidently tell you that other sectors will follow.
I expect most of you Nigerian students to be protesting by now. You should be forcing the federal government and ASU to go to the dialogue table. You must be I feel like you should have shut down Abuja or whatever by now and just say to the president, you must dialogue with ASU. Then you will say also to ASU, you must dialogue with federal government. Yours is not to take sides. Yours is to ask for results, because your future is at stake. Whether you like it or not, ASU professors or lecturers or whatever, they can leave and get jobs outside the country. The guys of government are being paid. They have the politicians, they're earning money. So I'm quite taken aback by your position. Yeah, you would see me attacking you, but I was once a former student union leader. And I would not come on here to say this about fellow comrades who think, yeah, people make mistakes. We're not supposed to support all protests. But have you had meetings with UNILAG, LASU, Yabateka to discuss these issues? I understand your position. You may be scared of your UNILAG authorities. Yeah, you get fired. If tomorrow you protest against UNILAG authority for something that is wrong, and you're fired, just imagine you're suspended or you're expelled. Will you be opposed to UNILAG, to LASU students and Yabatex coming to protest your innocence at UNILAG under the Act of Student Unionism? You won't. So please be careful with the kind of utterances you make as it regards to union. It is utterances like this that does not even make the union what it is supposed to be in the first place. Solidarity among students. Solidarity for our future. If you go into the history of NANS, you would have heard what the roles NANS played during June 12, during the military regime. They stood together as one. The UNILAG you're from has produced a lot of great student union leaders in this country. When Gani Fawehinmi was alive, UNILAG was known for always standing by Gani Fawehinmi, going to his chambers, and he, in other way, coming to support them. So please don't break yourself away from the solidarity. If you stand alone, you'll be crushed. Yeah, the contents of ASU strike, what the demands, state it one by one. Is it wages? Is it lectures? You are the student, say it. Are you having enough facility on your campus? Say it. Don't be scared. Are you satisfied with the quality of education you are getting? If you are satisfied, let us know.
If we are going to express our grievances, I do not think we should go about it the wrong way. We are civil and patriotic students of Nigeria, so if we are going to discuss ASU and FG conflict, I think we should discuss it in a civil way and not augment the conflict at hand.
From students of the University of Lagos, we issued a press conference last month, and we said it clearly that we are solidly behind ASU's demand. We understood that ASU is demanding for a brighter future for Nigerian students. If you go around to virtually all the tertiary institutions that we have in this country, there are nothing to write home about. And as a result of this, that none of our institutions, I mean university, is among the 6,000 in the world. It's quite pathetic. All ASU is demanding for is a better education for Nigerian students, which is our right. It's not a privilege.
The speakers who have talked about supporting the representatives of the UNILAG who have talked about supporting the ASU strike, that's all very well and good, but I was hoping that they will be more interested in getting a better understanding of Nigeria itself. Before we can talk about ASU, ASU doesn't exist in a vacuum. ASU is a part of Nigerian society in the same way that the UNILAG students are members of Nigerian society. Now, what I was hoping was that the young students will use the ASU strike as a platform, a basis from which they will get a better understanding of what is going on in Nigeria and how it can be addressed. The ASU strike, as I understand it, has been occasioned by the lecturers and members of the Administrative Staff Union of Nigerian Universities making a set of demands to the government, basically agitating for better infrastructure in terms of the education of Nigerian students, better conditions for lecturers, and so on and so